In a world full of voices, there are few that truly awaken something deep inside us. One of those voices belongs to Tony Robbins. He didn't just speak. He transformed. Not with empty words, but with strategies that have shaped the lives of millions across the globe. This is the story of the man who teaches us not just to survive, but to unleash the power within. Stay with me, this could be the moment your life begins to change. Tony Robbins wasn't born into privilege. He grew up in a small California home with financial struggles, a broken family, and the sting of uncertainty. At 17, he was living alone, washing dishes to survive. But inside that young man was a fire, not of anger, but of ambition. He asked a question most people never do. What makes the difference in people's lives? He began reading over 700 books on psychology, personal development, health, and finance. He didn't just want answers. He wanted results. Robbins found a mentor in Jim Rohn, another self-help giant, and everything changed. Jim taught him that success is not something you pursue. Success is something you attract by the person you become. That idea became Tony's foundation. He started coaching people, even when he had no money. He walked miles to get to his first clients. Then came NLP, neuro-linguistic programming, and the idea that we can rewire our brain for success. By 24, Robbins was a millionaire. But more importantly, he wasn't keeping the knowledge to himself. He was sharing it with the world. So what does Tony Robbins teach that's so powerful? It's this: your life changes the moment you make a decision. A real decision. Not a wish, not a hope, a decision backed by massive action. He believes that 80% of success is psychology, 20% is mechanics. It's not your resources. It's your resourcefulness. You don't need to be rich, or connected, or even lucky. You need to be hungry. You need to stop blaming your past and start creating your future. Tony says, if you do what you've always done, you'll get what you've always gotten. So if you want a different life, do something different. Another thing that sets Tony apart is how he helps people deal with pain. He teaches that pain is not the enemy. Pain is a signal, a call to action. What you associate pain and pleasure with determines everything. If you associate pain with failure, you'll avoid taking action. If you associate pleasure with growth, you'll chase every opportunity. Tony breaks people's limiting beliefs in minutes. He helps people walk across fire, not to prove they're fearless, but to show them that the only limits are the ones in their mind. Robbins doesn't just talk about motivation. He talks about wealth, relationships, health, business, energy, and fulfillment. He teaches the 6 human needs. 1. Certainty. 2. Variety. 3. Significance. 4. Love/connection. 5. Growth. 6. Contribution. He says that fulfillment doesn't come from achieving goals. It comes from growing and giving. Tony once said, success without fulfillment is the ultimate failure. And that's why he gives, tirelessly. He feeds millions through his foundation. He has helped people during disasters. He's not just a speaker. He's a force for change. Presidents, CEOs, athletes, Hollywood stars. They've all turned to Tony Robbins when they needed a breakthrough. From Bill Clinton to Serena Williams, from Oprah to Conor McGregor, they all say the same thing. Tony helped them see what they couldn't. He pushed them to rise when others would fall. He didn't just coach them. He unlocked them. He's spoken in over 100 countries, held over 50,000 seminars, and impacted over 50 million people. But here's the truth. You don't have to attend a seminar. You don't need a coach. You already have everything you need. Inside you, right now, is the power to change everything. Tony Robbins reminds us, it's not about the goal. It's about growing to become the person that can accomplish that goal. So ask yourself, are you ready to take control? Are you ready to awaken the giant within? Because this is your life. And it's time to live it fully.